Hello guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to be building another small house in the small house area of the building series. This is actually being uploaded the same day as the video where I made this house, but I made a small tweak on the front where I just added these two small windows because it looked a bit too flat and had like no windows on the front, so I had to change that. But I've sort of been brainstorming a bit. I've been thinking of what I want my next house to be, and it's going to have a similar color palette than the last house. So, I'm again going to grab my concrete. But this time, I'm thinking of trying to use light gray concrete rather than just gray concrete. I'm thinking of having these three colors and then make this one actually a bit more colorful than the other one. Maybe like adding in some blues and greens and more vegetation, things like that. Because this last one I was gonna add vegetation, but then I forgot, and I don't want to have to go into that. So we're gonna start off by just grabbing some more necessary blocks for this build. In the exterior, we're not going to go to the vegetation right away. That's going to be the last thing we're going to do. But this one I'm thinking of having a small pool. So I'm going to grab a block that actually goes good with pools, diorite. I've used it in a few of my other builds with pools, and I really like it. So I'm going to start off with a similar sort of design as this, with the arching pathways, except more narrow. So we're going to start off almost like it's an intersecting piece, but they're all very thin sort of pieces. So this first one is going to be arching over this way. It's going to have a very interesting shape. So that's our first one. Next one's going to almost slide in like a piece of a puzzle and go to here, probably right here. Yeah, or no, we'll do this. It's gonna slide in like that, go out this way, and come back around like that. The next white piece is gonna stretch across it and slide over into here, where there'll be another darker piece, stretch up and into whatever is going to be laying right there. So we're now going to have a white piece go across right here, and maybe out more into here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. And then with a gray sort of strip going out and across over it, like that. And then have probably another one stretch over here. Yeah, I think that looks good. So now we're going to have a darker piece up onto that, crossed over here, with a lighter piece on top. And it's not going to look the best at first, but I just want to make it look different than all the others, to have some contrast between these. So now, you know what? I've actually got a better idea. Let's have here, we're going to destroy all this. We're just going to completely start again from scratch. We're going to do the same thing as we did, except with bigger, like, bigger, thicker, like, strips of this color. These three different colors. Except only have three different ones. You can fast forward if you want. I'm just destroying all this. Alright, so here's our starting point. So I'm gonna have a thicker piece. And I'm thinking of having this 2 stories right now. So this is gonna be like stretching all the way to the top floor. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then a floor. And then 1, 2, 3, and then a ceiling. So one more. This is then gonna stretch across the front of the build. Over here. It's gonna connect up. Right here, and then go out and across to over here, probably. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, the next piece, which is going to be a white piece, we'll just fill that in right there. It's probably going to stretch starting here, stretch out here, and go up right there. Sort of set the boundaries where we're going to have a ceiling. Or you know what, here's what we can do. Let's get a piece of grass, get this out here. We'll make it 1 shorter. Or, no, that's not gonna have much space. Yeah, we're gonna do it normally. Have it stretch up here. And end right here. Probably. And then maybe we should stretch it across over here. I think that might be good. Have it sort of stretch across most of the build to over here. And we can divide the pool a bit. Yeah, this will work. This will sort of divide the pool from the front by having it stretch across here and give it a bit of privacy from the front. There we go. So the pool is going to be somewhere over here. This sort of stretches in a weird shape, but I like it. Then comes, maybe we should have the gray one starting here, stretch up, maybe 4. You know what? No, we'll have 2. Starting with 2. It will yeah, this is the problem, because you know, here it's gonna start somewhere else. It's not gonna start here because we need to have the walls over there in order for it to be 2 floors. So we're actually gonna have to have more than one of each of these, unless we extend them each longer, which I can do with this one. Yes, I can do that with this. It can extend out here, so we'll have a bit more, or a bit less wall to have to build. And then the white one, it ends there, so we won't be able to do anything with that. And it's cut off right here by this one, so it can't go up higher. So the gray one now, I think it's gonna, it might actually have to split into 2 parts. Or you know what? No, actually, better idea. in order to fill in this gap over here. The gray one's going to end right under there. Fill this in, make it stretch across right here. Sorry, it's just a friend of mine. Trying to think. Alright, yeah, so the gray is going to start here. We're gonna have a stretch it, or it's gonna stretch up higher. It's kind of doesn't go along with the plan right, but just trying to imagine it. It's gonna come down like this and go back up. Or then we'll go across. Back down. And under into here. And I think that actually works. I think that works. It's got this nice like stripe over here. Looks pretty cool. So now that we have the base shape, it's very small, yes, but it'll work, considering these are supposed to be smaller. Now here's what we can do. Start editing, or start getting some of this out of here, because the interior, we're gonna have to make it bigger. And from the outside, it'll still look like it's the 2 by 2 blocks thick for each part. But that's because of all the other information that you're looking at from the outside. So like you'll see most of these are gonna look like that. So then once we go on the inside, we can actually start editing some of this out. There we go. Edit more of this out. Make it more spacious. And actually I destroyed some here. That's fine. We're gonna want to leave the top part like this. Because we want to make sure from the outside it still looks normal. So, and on the inside, edit again more of this out. And then we're gonna have to keep that there. Okay, this we can fill in. Still look normal, just like this. That should look normal. Where we'll then have the last one we built had a burst. So now we're actually gonna do a darker color because I feel like it'll fit with the whole theme of the house. It's got all these darker colors, but there's still some lighter colors too. And the last one only had white and black, which birch wouldn't go with that, but with a in-between color, that adds another color to the main color palette. So we have to change and edit that slightly, going from a light to a dark floor. If this is going to be 3 high, that might actually not work. Or you know what we could do? this could actually work. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have yeah, part of it we're making sort of like this. So I should have crossed over here. So there's still an open part. But you know what? No. We would have to raise it up higher. Which is a problem. Because we can't really raise it up much higher. We can destroy the inside of this part. All of this we can get rid of. Right here. But that's as much as we can do. So with this extra space we've been given, we can raise it up more. But it cannot be over in this area. Anywhere. So we're going to go like this. We're going to slide a staircase perfectly into this area over here. It should end out, I would say, right about here. If I get this right. So yeah, so let's get that done. Then have this here. But then end out right here. And I'm making sure it's still following that rule of 2. Where it's like 2 blocks thick. And then go here. Then it looked like normal floor from down below. Right here. But the problem is we got this here. Which, if we edit that out, that messes up that from the outside. So we need to shift it over. So we're going to scoot everything back. 1. Shift this over to here. And redo the staircase. We have the right way to do it. Just need to scoot it all over 1. So over here, this is going to be back 1 more. Or it's then going to be up another. Here would this work? No. But you know, it would work. No, that wouldn't work either. So yeah, we're actually gonna have to go like this. No, we're not gonna follow that principle. We're just gonna have 1. So we're gonna have this here. This will go up and across over to here. So then I'm gonna grab slabs of it. Turn all these into slabs. So there's more room underneath. Just like this. That'll be a slab. Yeah, that can be a slab. This can be a slab. And that can be a slab. So then, yeah, so then it's kind of just got like that slab. That whole slab theme. Alright. So that looks good. It's gonna add in this here, so that it sort of looks like it's got some sort of support. And yeah. Or you know what we could do? Instead, add it here. Which might look a tiny bit better. Yeah, that actually does. So then back here we can separate it again. Let's go put the pool back here. Yeah, right here is where this should be. Yeah, this can actually be a door. Hold on a second. Gotta think. Alright, so I just went ahead and wrote down some quick plans of what I can do with this and brainstormed a bit more. So this is actually gonna leak around a bit into this sort of corner. Yeah. So it's still gonna be open to the front. But here, this, I was thinking this should be like a light gray. No, this should be a white, because there's that white right there. And yeah, that goes with it. So now, we're going to add in diorite underneath. And around it, we should put white over here. And a light gray over here. Leaks around. Right back to where the white is. And then make it look thinner. Like this. Then, you know, back out of here, could have, no, that'll stay gray. Trying to think, how could this work? Yeah, I think this looks good. Except, I could do this. Make it a bit more private. But no, we want this sort of specific look where it sort of overlaps like this while still keeping the same colors there. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. Next episode we'll finish up this house and probably create another one. It's just a bit bigger than I thought it would be, but it's still got the same amount of spaces, say, like this one. Just a bit more because it's got 2 floors. But still, it's small. It's real small compared to all the other ones I've built. The size of that is the same size as, I would say, an estimate, same size as, say, the very first one. In total amount of like blocks placed and like just the amount of area it takes up. This even takes up more area than that down there. Definitely not this one. This one's too big. That one's too big. That one's too big. This one, it takes up a lot of area, but the house is decently small. Definitely not that one or this one. This one, still really big. So yeah, so end it there. I'll post another video tomorrow. And you guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Peace.